Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of Korean skincare products which went viral for random reasons and why it works or it does not work for you. I'm sure even you are guilty of this, but have you ever just bought a product from Amazon just because you randomly were scrolling through the internet? You found it everywhere, like all the reels covering skincare. It's just about that one viral product, so you just have to buy it. Peer pressure, you could say. And then you start using it and suddenly your skin just gets it reacts very badly. Suddenly you have a lot of acne, suddenly you have so much oil on your face, and forget glass skin, now your skin looks like the moon. I personally feel like most of the viral products that went viral have their particular reasons. Like, let's say product A that you have bought, your skin concern is A, and the product is targeting another skin concern. So it's very important to understand what that particular product is concentrating on. Let's say you have a very oily, sensitive, acne friendly skin, like your face touches water and boom, you have a pimple, just like that. And now you ended up using like very lightweight, non-greasy kind of products. Of course that won't sit well on your skin because that's not the skin type that particular product is made for. Now let's say you have a very dry skin, like you pour water, your skin just absorbs it, like oh. And now you just end up buying, I don't know, a very milky kind of or a very heavy weighted greasy kind of moisturizer or serum, you name it, and that feels very weighted on your skin because it's not the product's mistake, it's your mistake because you bought the wrong product. It's just very basic to find out what's the skin type, what's your skin concern. Do I have hyperpigmentation? Do I have wrinkles? Am I aging? Do I have fine lines? Do I have dark circles? Yes, I do. So you just gotta look into what problems you have. You just gotta sit with it, especially with what kind of skin concern you have, what kind of skin type you have, and then when you look at a particular product, you just don't buy it because it's pink. No, you buy it. You buy it because it's gonna change your damn skin. And also, do not concentrate on wonder products. It's not weight loss. You just wanna sit through it. It's more like it's a routine that you're trying to build, right? All you need to find is a good sunscreen, a good toner, a good serum. You're good to go. That's it. You can sleep with that. In this video, I'm gonna be looking into all the Korean skincare products that I own, and let's discuss why they went viral, especially considering the Indian or the brown skin in general. Let's look into how these particular Korean viral skincare products are gonna act on our skin. So, without a further ado, let's go. Starting off with sunscreen, I'm sure a lot of you must have seen this Beauty of Joseon sunscreen just getting viral. It's even in Sephora right now. So I'm sure you should have seen at least a friend or cousin of yours or somebody on the internet who's using it. Even I'm using it. It's pretty cool, especially if you have to put on makeup. It absorbs so well. Like, I mean, the product just explains it. But something I want to talk about this one is if you have a very oily skin, I feel like it doesn't help with the oil control. So by midday, you can feel the oily shinier part on your skin, like the forehead would just go all like a frying pan, if you know what I mean. So I personally find Innisfree sunscreen better if you have an oily or combination kind of skin. Something positive about this in terms of brown skin is that it also concentrates on the PIH, which is like, you know how we get hyperpigmentation. Some people might end up having like the dark spots or like the dark marks. Just doesn't have to be from acne, it could be from anything. Sits well on skin with PIH, which is like those dark spots of hyperpigmentation, and it makes sure that the skin is not irritated. I think it's pretty good that it has that fact checked because we are going to be using sunscreen pretty much on a daily basis. I think the one sunscreen that can go in competition with the BOJ would be the Centella sunscreen. How they mainly differ is in the formulation. This one, the BOJ, feels very creamy and moisturizing. It sits well under the makeup, but it still doesn't help much with the oil control. Centella in comparison tends to be lighter. It still has no white cast, lighter, and it feels less greasy. If you have a sensitive and easily irritated skin like me, Centella is a better good to go. Innisfree in comparison, in terms of the formula and texture, they are similar, but this still leaves the white cast. Coming to toners, there are mainly two types of toners. This is the peptide skin booster from Cosrx, and this is the milk based toner from Tirtir. I personally find both of them working pretty well, but considering my skin concern, I went into Tirtir because this, along with the Tirtir moisturizing cream, I just need nothing else on my skin. Though both of them together is like such a minimal way of using my skincare, and it, how do I say it? So this is like a watery toner, right? It works pretty good. There's nothing wrong with this, but a milk toner, it's working better in terms that it is better hydrating, better nourishing to my skin, and it is more weighted than a water based toner. A toner just sits way better on my skin, and it just calms and also kind of brightens because of the active milk ingredients. Milk just brightens our face, so. And it also is working well as like the perfect bridge, because that's what a toner must be doing, right? It should work, sit between the skin and the next creams that are to occur, right? So I think because it's more weighted on the skin, it just sits well on the skin. This is more watery, again nothing wrong, but this is just working better for me considering that I have oily skin. Hotel Trivago lip mask Laneige. It has become like that. Good. I don't even have to talk about it. It's moisturizing, blah blah blah. Yay. Go for it. Next, I'm gonna be doing a lot of Medicube products, included the Booster Pro. We'll start with the Booster Pro. I have been using it from 2 months. I don't know if you have been following me for a long time, but my face used to be very puffy. Again, this is also not like a wonder product that will work in a week or two. I actually didn't find much difference in the first week. I'm like, I don't know. But then after 2-3 months, I can definitely tell you that my skin has like depuffed like a lot, like by a lot. I'm not saying it shrinked and all, but it stopped getting puffy as a whole. And I use this at the end of putting all my skincare over. This is the Mini Booster Pro. The actual black one you might have seen is like kind of bigger than this one. I don't own it. It's like around $200, but this is mini. That the bigger version has like 4 modes, but I am mainly interested in the pore mode. This one only has 2 modes, the red and blue colors, and this just works well for me, and it was only like $60 on Amazon on Black Friday sales. I wouldn't call it an investment because it is only $60. I don't know why everybody is sleeping on it and just getting the big one or not getting anything, but I think the mini is a pretty cool option, especially considering that it is doing the exact same thing that the actual one is doing. It's not like a product that you have to refill, right? You just own it for life. You just need to charge it and you have this device with you. So I think it's a pretty cool mini investment to make, and it is pretty travel friendly. Yes. These two are kind of same except that they work differently. This is like an overnight collagen face wrap mask. I think you should have seen people using this, especially in the airplanes, like through the, if you have like a long flight, you just wear it, and when you're leaving you just get to peel this out. It feels pretty cool. Something a lot of people just forget is the fact that you can't just use it directly. You have to make sure that your skin is prepped before using this. So this is pretty good, but I personally prefer the collagen jelly cream over the overnight mask because I can just add it into my everyday skincare routine, right? This is kind of like, how do I say it? So this collagen jelly cream helps me with intense hydration of my skin, and it has like a good cooling effect. Like when I'm applying it, I feel so refreshed. Almost feels like I'm putting on like iced jelly. You know, that's the feeling I get. This kind of works like a wonder product. It definitely has effects long term, but it also at the point of me applying it, like before and after applying it, you can see that glossy kind of finish on the skin. It gives that temporary glass skin look too, and it sits under makeup pretty well. But I wouldn't per se recommend you to use this without the device because I feel like it doesn't get absorbed so well. I think that's why they just are advertised together. Like, just get them together or just don't go for this. Next product is this Medicube PDRN Pink Collagen Capsule Cream. Ingredients in this bottle are kind of interesting, at least to me. PDRN is legit derived from salmon DNA. This is mainly used by dermatologists, especially if you have like a very big wound from any skin irritation and you wanna heal the skin, and if you want to regenerate your skin, then salmon DNA is used. You know how there was this Medicube Boba cream, the vitamin C capsules? It's a similar thing to that, except that this is the PDRN capsule. Of course, I murdered it, but it had like both the gel base and like the cream based thing. The skin concerns that it mainly concentrates on, if you have any inflammation on your skin, this helps calm it by a lot. It just helps with the skin regeneration and skin recovery as a whole. And because brown skin is like very melanin rich, this is like very suitable for brown skin. I legit read one whole research paper about PDRN because you know how there was snail mucin thing trending and then there was salmon DNA. I'm like, why are they going into the certain animal products? And then I got into this and it's pretty cool. You must have heard of retinol as an ingredient which has to be used with a lot of care. This is not retinol, this is retinal, which is like, so if you talk in terms of formula, retinol, and then retinoic acid. Retinal compound is like an in between both of them, so it doesn't act so strongly on your skin. I had to do a lot of research on how to apply retinol on our bare face. It is like an active ingredient for the skin and it has a lot of skin benefits, but I didn't know how to use it, right? So that's when this came in. This is the Sol 1988 serum. It is a retinol liposome which also has black ginseng as an ingredient in there. It's so easy to apply. I really love the fact that it is so easy to apply, and retinol is like so concentrated that you should not apply it directly on your skin. Like there are different ways of applying it, like the sandwich method where you just put cream A, then the retinol, then cream B. You know, it's just kind of complicated how you use retinol. That's why instead of getting retinol, I got retinal as an ingredient for my skin, and I don't have complaints. I don't use it on a daily basis though. I only use it in my PM routine, like only during the night. Not just the overall smoothness, but it helps a lot with the fine lines, the wrinkles. It kind of helps with the skin turnover. It makes sure that the aging is, you know, slowed down as a process. Also, just be very careful when you use retinol or retinol, because your skin should not meet directly with the sunlight if you use retinol. Yeah, just use it only at the night time, or if you do plan on using it in the morning, just apply a lot of sunscreen, like a heavy layer of sunscreen. Sure, at least for a few of you, this must have been the first introduction to Korean skincare. I even know a lot of my guy friends who use this. I personally do not find any issue with this particular product except that snails are being harmed while making this. So this I have bought this like 2 or 3 years ago. I still have it. I just chose not to repurchase it after that. Next viral product is the Axis White Dark Spot Correcting Glow Serum. Like the name suggests, it concentrates on hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and just uneven skin tone in general. But then I wouldn't say you would see like dramatic results if you have like a very dark, like the stubborn acne spots, you know what I mean? If the marks are very stubborn, I would recommend more to like visit a dermatologist than go with this. The one product I would recommend for both oily and the dry skin would be this, the 345 Dr. Althea cream. It works so well, like a very good moisturizing cream. It's got niacinamide and it helps a lot with reducing the redness on your skin. Like it used to be very pink for me here. This worked on that particular issue. I think where this cream comes in is if your skin is like easily irritated, and again, it doesn't feel too thick or too thin. It just kind of vibes with your skin. That's it for today's videos. Maybe how about you comment your everyday PM skincare in the comments, so it might be helpful for other viewers who are watching it. I'm gonna go comment mine. You do too. Okay then, see you in the next vlog.